it's weird because it's people that want us to work so much. Some people want life to be about work, and they want life to be about money.
Yeah.
And that's very alarming to me.
Yeah.
Like, I start to really believe that there's going to be a thing where greed is not fucking attractive anymore.
Right.
Like, I want to do well for myself. Like, I want to succeed.
Yeah.
I want to have, there's some things I want to have. I want my children to have, like, be able to clean their teeth at night and, and like feel like a comfortable blanket on their skin and
Yeah.
like things like that,
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's money, I feel like, that drives me. And if it really gets to be like that, that kind of scares me a little. I wonder if that school of thought is going to start to take over. That greed is it's not fucking cool anymore. When we know so much that other like beings are struggling.
Yeah, man.
It's not cool.
It's not. And it's painful. I mean, that's when people have a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Many of them are philanthropists because they figured out that, like, what is the best feeling?
Right, giving it away.
Yeah, and so they're philanthropists and they're giving it away. But generally, like, the experience of selfishness is self-cherishing is incredibly painful, and people don't realize that. So the trying to load up on money is an attempt to reduce their levels of suffering.
Right. Yes.
And I think that makes sense to me. Like, if it's like trying to but the problem is it's trying to put out a fire with more fire.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't work. It's like, oh, I'm thirsty. God, I'm so fucking thirsty. Let me eat sand.
Yeah.
That'll help me not be thirsty anymore. And so I think that's kind of the problem is the thing you're talking about. I hope what happens is that people start realizing that because we're all connected, I tend to feel better if I'm doing stuff for other people.
Yeah.
More than if I'm doing shit for myself. And
that's what 12-step programs are. That's what all that is. All that stuff is about usually is getting back to realizing that the way you get out of whatever is hurting you a lot of times is by helping somebody else so you're not thinking about yourself.
Yes. It's like, if you want the antidote to whatever ails you, just start helping someone.
Yeah.
And it's like so easy to do. It's right away, like you can do a scan right away and think, who needs help in my life? I'm not talking about some kind of like distant sending money off to a charity or anything like that. That's great. Do it if you feel like it. I'm talking about, this teacher, Jack Cornfield, who I've had on my podcast, he says, tend to the part of the garden you can touch. So just think, like, who
needs help? Who needs a hug?
Yeah.
Who needs somebody to take them to lunch? Who do you notice that's been drinking a lot and instead of joking about it with your friends and making fun of them, which is okay to do a couple times.
Sure.
But also who could probably is hurting and maybe could use some, and all they need is just somebody to care.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The scariest, in the weirdest way, I was just thinking about this a minute ago. I was looking at you and I was like, how scary would it be if I thought that you loved me, Like, not in like a homoerotic type of way, but how scary would it be if we approached people and the first thought we had was that this person loves me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, really, like if you like, that would change the whole, it would just change. It would take me so much out of like whatever fear that I lived in.
Right.
But it's for some reason that's not the way that we are built to do it here. And one of the ironies about like bringing slavery whenever they brought slaves to America, or probably anywhere really, I bet specifically America, is we took these people that probably had a lot of like neat practices and they were probably down to earth practices and like a caring environment, and then we bring them into this place,
Yeah. But that thing you're talking about, the love thing.
Yeah.
This can be cultivated. So sometimes you'll run into people who've cultivated that, and they do love you when you're around them. But so it's sort of like the idea is that, like, on one level we have the ego identity, right, which is just all our stuff and the games that we play and all this stuff. Like your identity as a podcaster, your identity as a comedian, everything that you do. And then the other level is like the soul level, and that's love. That's your heart. That's this, universal, eternal identity that is so beautiful.
Thank you guys for checking out this clip. And if you want to see another clip, then you can look at this clip or this clip, either one of these. So did you pick one, or are you still just watching me do this? Because this is alarming.